All right, let's talk about this dry fasting experience. Okay, dry fasting, 2 days, not consecutively though. Like it was a whole like 7 day fast reactivation thing that I just completed. And like part of that 7 days was 2 days of dry fasting. The rest was liquids like herbs and raw fruit. But dry fasting I've never done. Okay, like I don't think I've ever done a like 24-hour fruit fast either. I've done water fasting though. Like I've done 24 hours just water. All right, and like I've practiced intermittent fasting and elimination diets. I was vegetarian for like 8 months straight at one point. I was vegetarian the first 2 trimesters of my pregnancy. So like experimenting with food is like fun for me. Like it's almost like a joy. I think it is a joy, like, because I love to eat, you know what I mean? And like I have known myself to be an emotional eater, like just being transparent and like vulnerable, like, and so doing things like this like helps me understand myself and, you know, really get in tune with the strength of my mind, my body, and my spirit. But dry fasting, like I never even considered it until I had did this 7 day, you know, like challenge fast with a soul sister of mine. And so, you know, I was nervous because it was like kind of cold. I don't want to say cold turkey, but it just kind of like sprung on me. I had already been doing liquid and fruit for like 2 days before like this 7 day thing started. So I was like, okay, I was like unconsciously like divinely preparing myself for this anyway. But man, like the first day I went to the beach. Like intuition was like, look, we're gonna set you up right. Okay. Like I was with the spirits. Okay. I was in front of the spirits. I was with the water spirits. I was in nature. I was under the sun. You know, I had created these affirmations to go along with the process, because I'm like, I have to train my mind. I have to like program my mind with something to supplement what is not going to be consumed within me, right? Like, so when you fast and you're like eliminating something, like you want to put something in the place of that, right? So my thing was like, since I'm not going to be drinking anything, like dry fast is you're not drinking nothing, you're not eating nothing. I'm like, okay, so what can I say? And so like I did, you know, I channeled the elements, right? I'm like, okay, I am fire, I consume light, right? I am earth, I consume movement. I am water, I consume life. And I am air, I consume breath, right? And so like anytime that I felt like a stit of like hunger or thirst, or I thought about the fact that like, oh, I'm not eating, or oh, I'm not drinking anything, like I would recite one of those affirmations and I would just embody it. You know what I'm saying? Like being out in the sun, like at the beach, like I was already like consuming the light, knowing that I am light. So that's what I consume to sustain myself. Or like me being the earth, I would have my fingers, my toes in the sand, or like I would do some movement, some stretching, some somatics, you know. Or, you know, with water being life, like I'm observing it, I'm observing myself, I'm observing the ocean, you know what I'm saying? I am water, so I'm being nourished by the life, because water is the life element, right? And then with air, there's breath. So I'm consuming the air, I'm consuming breath. So this is how I was like programming my mind that whole 24 hours. And I'm not gonna lie, like the only thing that was like annoying was like when my mouth would get dry. And so like I looked up some tips and tricks of dry fasting, and they were saying like how you can just like gargle with water and just spit it out. Like don't swallow it, like just gargle, get your mouth like moist and lubricated or whatever, and then spit it out. And that's what I did, that like 3 times that whole day. Like in 24 hours, I rinsed like 3 times. The second dry fast was yesterday. And I think I rinsed more because I was out and about more. And like that was one of my concerns. I'm like, dang, like I didn't even want to work out hard. Like I didn't work out hard at all. Like because I'm like, I don't want to like shock my body too much. You know what I'm saying? That was just me taking precaution. Like, but I was moving around a lot more yesterday, so I was like, I needed to rinse more because my mouth was getting dry faster. But all in all, like it was like that. Man, it's such an enlightening experience. Like I don't know if anybody's ever tried it. If you've never tried it, I suggest you try it, just to like really get in tune with the strength of your mind, your body, and your spirit, because that's really what you do when you fast. Like that's the whole point of it. Like, you allow yourself to be nourished and nurtured by the elements, by your higher power. You get a lot of clarity as to like who you are, or if you have something specific and intentional that you're attempting to, you know, I guess manifest, or, you know, just show yourself, basically. Like, show yourself that you could do it. And that's kind of like how I felt about it ultimately. Like, dang, like I could do it. Like, now I know I could survive 24 hours without nothing. Like, I'm on this broth right now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how much like salt mattered until like right now. I realized like I hadn't consumed like, I wasn't consuming no meat, no salt, no sugar, no processed sugar, no added sugars. It was just raw fruit, herbs, in like tea, okay, like oil, clove oil, and like what was it? I had chlorophyll. What else was I taking? Ashwagandha. Like, these are just oil supplements. Like, I was taking iron. Like, the only days I didn't take iron were on my dry fast days, which I probably could have, but like I didn't want to consume anything. I was like, I'm not consuming nothing. Okay, but it was like, so now like that I'm like refilling my body with certain things that I didn't have, like particularly salt. I'm like, damn, like this is like, you really feel it like on your palate and in your body. And so like what this dry fasting has taught me like is how to definitely be more intentional with how I eat, because, you know, like I said, vulnerably, like I could be, and I have been in the past, like an emotional eater, like where I would just like eat whatever and like just like for the pleasure of it and just because it tastes good. But now I'm like, now that I know my body and I know the benefits, like the bloating and inflammation goes down immediately. You know what I'm saying? Your cells are recharged, all of that, when you don't have all of that going on in your system. Like, I'm saying this just from experience and from research. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure this is like, it makes sense just hearing it, but it's like when you go through it and you do it, you really feel it, you know? But it's like, I don't plan on like never eating certain things again, like candy or like chips or restaurant food or fast food. Like, I'm not in a space where I'm like, I'm never gonna eat that stuff again. It's just now I feel like I understand why like I want to eat certain things better. Like, I could understand why I want to eat certain things better and be careful, because it's like, I was telling my sister, like, I'm like, yo, like, I'm scared to eat anything now. Like, I'm scared if I eat something, I'm just like blow up and just bloat, like, because of being cleansed this whole time. Like, it's really interesting. It's very telling, I should say. It's very telling. And you know, it's made me realize how much I need to slow down too, because, you know, taking that time of not consuming anything, you know, I did feel some weakness, and like that's what made me want to move slower, and that's what made me like want to like not do too much, because I'm like, I'm new to this. So like, that's my word of like experiment or experience advice, is like, if you've never done it, like go slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to keep the pace of your every day that you normally do. Like, pick a day where you don't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? To really like tune in. Like, don't do it when you at work, or don't do it when you got a million errands to run. Like, don't do it on that day. That's just my honest suggestion. And you can do whatever you want, but I'm just suggesting, because it's like you start to feel that that emptiness, or you know what I mean? But it was cool. Like, I'm definitely gonna do it again. Like, when permitted, when intuitively led to do it, you know, and with the experience being more mindful of how I eat and what I eat. Like, I have never felt like it was necessary to eat 3 meals a day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a snacker. I like to eat. You know what I'm saying? like most people, like I like food. Like, that's just, you know, like it's a privilege to be able to have food, to eat food, and it's a luxury to eat it in mass quantities. What's that the movie Coneheads? It's like mass quantities of consumption. You know, like that's a privilege to be able to do that. And so like that's really locking in to my brain now of how much of a privilege and a luxury it is to have food and eat food whatever you want to, or eat whatever you want to. And it's like, you know, when you fast, you learn what's necessary and what's not, you know. That's just my experience, but it was cool. We're gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again for sure, you know. And so I'm gonna take it slow. Like, now I'm like, yo, like all I want to eat is like soft things or like liquid things. Like, I think that's what I'm gonna do for like the next few days. It's just really just like take it slow and just see what else kind of like clarity that I get from this experience. So yeah, like if you're interested, if you've ever had an experience, like let me know how that went for you. Peace.